Some people over 80 wake up, feeling trapped inside their own bodies. Others get out of bed and move almost normally. And the difference starts long before old age. Most people assume stiffness is just a normal part of getting older, and to some degree that's true. As the body ages, joints lose flexibility, muscles recover more slowly, and inflammation becomes harder to control. But not everyone experiences aging at the same speed. In fact, many doctors who work with older adults say, one of the earliest signs of healthy aging is how your body feels in the morning. Not after coffee, not after stretching for 20 minutes, but in those first few moments after waking up. Can you stand comfortably? Can you walk without feeling locked up? Can your body move without sharp stiffness or soreness? Because for many people over 80, mornings become increasingly difficult. The body feels heavier, balance feels weaker. Even simple movement can take effort. But others maintain surprisingly good mobility well into old age, and often without realizing how unusual that actually is. If you rarely wake up stiff or sore, your body may be aging far better than average. And there are several hidden reasons why that happens. Number 1. Your joints may still be protecting themselves. Naturally healthy joints rely on smooth cartilage, balanced movement, and proper joint fluid to reduce friction between bones. As people age, that protective system gradually weakens. Years of inflammation, inactivity, old injuries, and daily wear can slowly make joints feel tighter and less flexible, especially after long periods of rest like sleep. That's why so many older adults wake up feeling stiff in their knees, hips, lower back, or shoulders. The body simply takes longer to restart in the morning. But if your body still feels relatively smooth and mobile, after waking up it may suggest your joints are aging more slowly than expected. Gentle daily movement, healthy circulation, staying physically active, and maintaining muscle around the joints can all help preserve mobility later in life. And interestingly, many people don't notice this advantage until they compare themselves to others their age. Because when your body moves comfortably in the morning, you often assume that's normal until you realize many people over 80 struggle just to stand up without pain. Number 2, your muscles may still be recovering efficiently. Overnight, as the body ages, muscle recovery becomes slower. Tiny amounts of physical stress that once healed easily can start lingering longer into the next day. That's one reason soreness becomes more common with age. Even after relatively small activities, poor sleep, low physical activity, dehydration, and age-related muscle loss can all make mornings feel heavier and more exhausting. But people who wake up without constant soreness often still have something important working in their favor: recovery capacity. Their muscles are still repairing themselves reasonably well during sleep. Their circulation still delivers nutrients effectively. The body still resets overnight without creating excessive stiffness the next morning. And that matters more than many people realize, because maintaining muscle quality after 60 is one of the strongest predictors of long-term independence. Studies consistently show that older adults with better muscle function tend to maintain mobility, balance, and overall quality of life much longer. In other words, waking up without significant soreness is not just about comfort. It can reflect how resilient your body still is underneath the surface. Number 3, your inflammation levels may still be relatively controlled. One of the biggest hidden drivers of aging is chronic, low-grade inflammation. Unlike sudden inflammation from an injury, this type builds quietly over years. It's influenced by sleep quality, stress, diet, physical inactivity, excess body fat, and even loneliness or chronic anxiety. And over time, inflammation affects almost everything: joints, blood vessels, muscles, recovery, energy levels, and mobility. For many older adults, that constant internal stress shows up most clearly. In the morning, the body feels swollen, tight, slow, uncomfortable before the day even begins. But if you consistently wake up feeling relatively loose and functional, your body may not be carrying the same inflammatory burden many others experience with age. That doesn't mean perfect health. It doesn't mean disease can't happen, but it may suggest your daily habits, movement patterns, sleep, and overall lifestyle are helping your body age more gradually, instead of accelerating unnecessary wear and tear. And over decades, small advantages like that can create a massive difference in how people feel after 80. Number 4. Your circulation may still be supporting your mobility. Blood flow becomes increasingly important as we age. Healthy circulation helps deliver oxygen and nutrients to muscles, joints, connective tissue and nerves. But when circulation weakens, the body often feels colder, tighter, slower, and more fatigued, especially after long periods of inactivity overnight. That's one reason some older adults wake up with numbness, tingling, stiffness, or weak-feeling legs in the morning. But people who still wake up feeling physically responsive often maintain better circulation than expected. For their age, walking regularly, staying active throughout the day, managing blood pressure, and avoiding long periods of inactivity all help preserve circulation over time. And while many people focus only on lifespan, circulation plays a huge role in something equally important: health span. Not just how long you live, but how well your body continues functioning while you live. Number 5, your body may still handle movement efficiently. One of the hidden signs of aging is not simply pain. It's hesitation. Older adults who struggle physically often begin moving more cautiously. Without realizing it, they brace themselves getting out of bed. They move slower around corners. They become careful on stairs. Small movements start requiring more mental effort. Sometimes that comes from weakness, sometimes from balance issues, sometimes from fear of falling. But when someone wakes up and moves naturally, without constantly thinking about every step, it usually reflects something deeper. The brain and body are still communicating efficiently. Coordination, balance, muscle response, and joint awareness are still functioning together relatively smoothly. And this becomes incredibly important after 80, because falls remain one of the biggest threats to long-term independence in older adults. That's why maintaining comfortable movement isn't just about staying active. It's about preserving confidence inside your own body. Number 6, you may still have healthier sleep quality than most people your age. Many adults assume poor sleep is unavoidable with aging, but sleep quality strongly affects how the body feels the next morning. Interrupted sleep, poor oxygen levels, stress hormones, discomfort, and frequent waking all increase physical tension overnight. The result is often morning soreness, fatigue, brain fog, and stiffness. But people who wake up feeling relatively refreshed and mobile often still have more restorative sleep pattern than average. And that recovery process matters enormously after 60. During sleep, the body repairs tissue, regulates hormones, supports memory, and reduces physical stress built up during the day. When sleep quality declines for years, the effects gradually appear throughout the body. That's why waking up without feeling physically broken down every morning can actually be a surprisingly positive signal of overall resilience, especially later in life. Number 7. Your biological age may be younger than your actual age. Two people can both be 80 years old on paper, but their bodies may function completely differently. One person may struggle with mobility, exhaustion, chronic pain, and weakness. Another may still walk daily, stay socially active, move comfortably, and wake up without major stiffness most mornings. Chronological age measures how long you've lived, but biological aging reflects how well your body has handled those years. And while genetics do play a role, researchers continue finding that long-term habits matter far more than most people think. Daily movement, sleep, nutrition, stress management, muscle maintenance, social connection, all of these slowly influence how the body ages over time. That's why some adults in their 80s still move with surprising ease, while others begin struggling much earlier. So if you rarely wake up stiff or sore, don't ignore it. It may be one of the clearest, quiet signs that your body is still holding on to strength, recovery, and resilience better than average for your age. Aging well is not about looking young. It's about waking up each morning with a body that still supports your freedom, movement, and independence. And sometimes the smallest morning signs reveal the biggest truths about how well you're really aging.